Welcome HCI members. Thanks so much for joining us for this hour of HCTV. We're very pleased today to be bringing to you a live webcast from the Internet Recruiting 2.0 Learning Track, part of the talent acquisition community and brought to you exclusively by the Human Capital Institute on YouTube and YouTube, using viral video in recruiting. And no, I don't mean the Irish rock band. I'm going to take you through a couple of housekeeping items first, and then we'll get started with our live webcast. Our preferred method for listening to the webcast today is through voice over IP, which streams through your computer speakers, or perhaps you listen through headphones. Either way, you'll want to check and make sure that you have the sound turned on your computer and the volume turned up. I'll also point out to you up at the top of your screen, you'll see a Q&A button. If you click on this button, it will open a question and answer interface, which you can undock and move anywhere on your screen to keep open throughout the entire webcast. I'll encourage you to do that now. Not only can you use this question and answer interface if you experience any technical difficulties to communicate directly with a specialist who will be happy to assist you, but this is also the interface for you to pose questions to our feature presenter today, which you know we encourage you to do. So if you'd like to ask a question, make a comment, or perhaps share one of your own best practices, you can type it into that question and answer interface, and I will be happy to present it on your behalf. Here's a quick snapshot of how we're going to be spending our time together today. In just a moment, we'll get started with our feature presentation on YouTube and YouTube and using viral video in recruiting. We'll be sure to save time for your questions. And then if we have time together at the end of the hour, we'll wrap things up by taking a quick tour of the Internet Recruiting 2.0 Learning Track page. I'll be happy to share with you some of the resources that we've made available to you online. My name is Amy Lewis. I'm the Director of the Talent Acquisition Community here at the Human Capital Institute. As always, I'm very pleased to be along with you for the ride today, as well as for all of the work that we do in the acquisition community. I'm more pleased, however, to be able to introduce you to the feature presenter that you're going to be hearing from today. David Erickson is the Director of eStrategy at Tunheim Partners. He specializes in an internet marketing practice and specializes in strategic online communication. He's been marketing online since 1995, first as a freelancer and then in 1997 as the founder and president of eStrategy. For the next 10 years, David had a close partnership with New School Communications, during which time he conceived and executed countless strategic internet marketing plans on behalf of his clients and public relations and public affairs clients, I should say. He joined Tunheim Partners as part of the New School Communications acquisition. He likes to think of himself as a student of how people use technology to communicate, and that fascination informs his work. David, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Amy.
Well, we're really looking forward to the program that you've put together for us based on your experience over the years, David, on using viral video in recruiting. So with that, I'll turn it over to you.
Great, thank you. eStrategy is a practice of Tunheim Partners. It's our online communications practice, and I, as Amy said, am the director of eStrategy. Tunheim Partners is a strategic communications firm. We offer public relations, public affairs, and eStrategy services, and we have a specialty practice in recruiting communications. So helping companies understand how they're communicating their company as a whole to potential recruits. So let's start off with what is viral. It's just content that spreads naturally through word of mouth, forwarded through emails, bookmarked on Dig, voted upon, embedded, linked to, shared, commented upon, just stuff that gets sent around. There's no formula for it. There's lots of luck involved, and it's not easy. So true viral marketing is really tough to do, and it usually just happens naturally. I'll give an example. The most popular recent viral piece is a thing called Where the Hell is Matt? And Matt is a guy named Matt Harding. In 2003, he visited Asia and took videos of himself doing a particular dance that he does. He spliced all these videos together of every place that he went. He did this dance. He spliced these all together and put them online. And in 2005, people noticed it and started to take off. It got 1 million+ viewers for that. And then he went again on another trip, and this time got a bunch of people to dance with him. And that has had like 14 million views. So it's just something that was really compelling to people, really silly, but very fun, very compelling content, and that's how it spread. It's really lucky, and there's not a lot of planning that you can do to do a true viral video, but you can do strategic video, and so that's what I'm going to talk about primarily. The viral video that does work has compelling content. Funny helps. And a parody of the medium helps too. If you want to try and actually do a viral marketing campaign, if you make fun of the medium in which you're marketing, that helps a lot. There's a woman named Kina Granis who wrote a song called "Gotta Dig" and posted it at Dig, and it got a lot of attention because it made fun of Dig. And so I'd encourage you to look at that. I'll give the link to Amy at the end of the presentation. So let's take a look first at some stats about online video usage. Online video usage is exploding. It is becoming a primary means of media consumption online. 80% of internet viewers have viewed online this year. YouTube is the 3rd largest search engine, not just video search engine, but search engine. Tina Fey, her parodies of Sarah Palin on Saturday Night Live were watched more times on the web than on TV. By 2012, video content will comprise 49% of internet traffic. 6.5 million Americans watched mobile video in August of this year, and that's another growing opportunity. People are consuming more content on mobile devices. AT&T leads the way with the iPhone. There's also the Google G1 phone. So mobile content is another thing that you're going to have to consider, mobile video content. So where are people watching online video? Millennials and Xers use their computers and their phones to consume online video. Millennials are more likely to use an iPod or a PlayStation portable video game console than Xers are. Google and YouTube together account for 55% of the online video market share. The second largest one is Yahoo at 7%, so there's significant tail off. Time Warner, CNN, 4%, NBC, Fox, MySpace, again, 4% as well. So who is watching online video? Video viewing is most common among, as you would guess, millennials. They've grown up online. They are used to this environment, and video is a natural medium for them. They're the ones that are creating a lot of the user-created video online. There's a close to male-female parity in video viewing now. Women like to watch TV video sites. Men are more apt to go to YouTube and video sharing sites like YouTube. 35 to 54-year-olds who recently watched a video has jumped 60%, up from 49 in December of 2007. So that is that the video consumption is growing across the board. So what do you need to know about using video online? You need to know who your audience is. You need to know your demographics. You need to know who you're talking to and then match that demographic. The video content should match that demographic. So if you're trying to reach millennials, use millennials in your video. If you're trying to reach Xers, use Xers. If you're trying to use boomers, use boomers. Match the demographic with the video content. What search phase are they in the job hunting process? Are they passive? Are they not particularly looking for a job, but somebody that might, a type of talent that might be on your radar screen? So how do you reach people who are not actively looking for a job? Probably not on your website initially. So you're going to have to go out and look for them. People who are in the research phase of looking for a job, they're looking, gathering information on potential employers. You want to give informative, persuasive content in video. So think about the different stages at which people are looking for a job and try and match your video with that stage. Give them what they need to make those decisions. And are they ready to apply? So with that, you'd sort of want reinforcing type of content, encouraging people to apply with you, maybe even how to apply in a video. So, you know, getting them to actually press the button and submit their resume or call you or reach you in some other way. And what do they know? So if you know, you do know from the type of person you want to recruit what they presumably the body of knowledge they have. So you can use that to your advantage to try and find them online. So typically, you know, a lot of industries, there are certain books that everyone will have to read. You can go to Amazon.com, look for that book, and look for comments on Amazon.com, and now they have the ability to upload video. So you can sort of start thinking about those different venues of where to place your video to get it in front of the people that you want to attract. And what would they be watching online? Well, for instance, in search engine marketing, I'm familiar with search engine optimization. On YouTube, there are a lot of how-to videos on search engine optimization, and people subscribe to these channels. So Google has a channel on YouTube that is for search engine optimization. People actually subscribe to it. So you can find people that way. You can get engaged in that channel because there's commenting, and you can actually respond to a video with a video. So if you see a video that matches the type of a person you are trying to reach, you might be able to respond to that video with your own video for a job opening and get your video in front of a likely audience that way. And when in Rome, speak as the Romans do. Online is a particular type of communication. Online is a informal, conversational, first-person medium. So try and adopt the tone of the internet when you're using video. Speak in the first person. Speak as if you're speaking to another person through your video. So you want the appropriate tone for the audience. Older executive positions would probably be more formal communication. Millennials, lower level positions, casual, informal. Just match the tone of the audience, but also consider that the internet is largely a conversational medium. So you want to adopt that convention as well. So, you know, adopt the conventions of the medium. I spoke about the dig example before, but there are particular ways that people communicate in different channels. For instance, YouTube, there's a lot of kids that are broadcasting their own webcast basically from their bedroom. They're sitting on their bed with their computer cam and recording their video. So maybe if you're trying to reach teens, you might think of something like a teen talking about what a great job he has from his bedroom cam. So, you know, just think of opportunities to use the medium to your advantage. Okay, and when people are, you know, in the job hunting phase, they're doing research obviously on the places that they want to work. So try and think as the prospect would think. How are they looking for jobs? In each particular industries, there's certain places online that people can go to for job openings. There are niche industry sites that you can go to, but just think about how they're searching for a job and trying to find opportunities to place your video in front of them. People obviously go to the company website at some point during their search. They go to the careers section of websites, obviously, but they also go to the rest of the website overall to see what the company is like. What it would be like to work there, what the people are like there. So look at your website as a whole as a communications vehicle, not just the careers section, and think about where you can place your video within those sections of the website to be strategic about it to appeal to potential employees. Search engine optimization is another tactic you can use. Now, search engine optimization is basically getting your content to appear highly within Google search results. And there are tactics you can use to do that. One of the things that show up in search engine results is videos. So you'll often see a YouTube video enclosed within the Google search results, and that's another way that you can strategically get your video in front of the audience you want to reach. These people who are searching are telling you what they want by what they're searching for. So they're usually searching, if they're searching for job information, job openings, they're searching for industry or job type X jobs, so customer service jobs, whatever. You can match that content.
I was just going to ask you a question about, as far as search engine optimization
Sure.
for videos, if that's just based on the keywords or the tags that you associate with the video, right? I mean, search engines haven't, I know they're working on it, but search engines haven't gotten smart enough yet to actually search the content of your video. So you want to check and make sure that your tags or your keywords or your explanation about the video are optimized for search engine ranking, right?
Exactly true, and I will get to that I'll get to that shortly. But yes, that's exactly true, and I'll tell you exactly what you need to look out for to get your videos search optimized.
Excellent.
And so YouTube searches as well. You want to search for content about your company in YouTube, because this is also a reputation issue. You know, you want to see what's out there, what people are seeing when they're searching for information about your company. So do those searches on YouTube, do those searches on Google, and find out, you know, what messages there are that aren't, you know, by you maybe, because that'll have an impact. If they're negative stuff, that's obviously going to have an impact on the image of your company and potentially dissuading people from working for you. So that's an important aspect of this. Social networks, I think, are an increasing area where people are going to find employment, and this is another area where you can use video. Facebook, you can upload video directly to Facebook. I think that people will increasingly be using these social networks to find people that are currently employed at the companies they might want to work at, and they can ask those people directly what it's like. So there's a brand. Your own employees are brands as well. On your website, through video, you can demonstrate rather than tell, and it's just much more persuasive to demonstrate rather than having your copy say what a great company you are. Having your employees demonstrate what a great company you are is much more persuasive. Through video, you can show the company culture. You can show the facilities. You can show what types of activities. If you have outside job activities, like maybe there's a touch football team, you can shoot some video of that to show the employees having fun together off the job. It's just much easier, much more persuasive to make your argument or make your company appealing through video. So try and capture those aspects of the company that would be appealing to new hires. And again, match demographics for job types. I can't emphasize that enough. People will have much more connection with their peers. So try to match the demographics. Include passionate employee testimonials. Employees are the best people to advocate for your company. They're the ones who are best able to articulate why it's great to work there. Think about video job descriptions on your website. Be realistic with those job descriptions. Include the good and the bad, and try and use people who actually hold or held the job. So it's just very genuine. That's the buzzword of online, and it really holds true. People want genuineness. So I think video job descriptions can be a very good way of attracting people. Use persuasive video. When a lot of sites have submissions online submission forms for jobs, try and use video on those submission forms to encourage them to apply. Maybe tell them how to apply, but coupling that directly on the form will probably increase the number of times the conversions of submissions. Think about creating your own video channel. YouTube, you could use YouTube as an infrastructure. The great thing about YouTube is they provide the bandwidth. You upload your video, and you don't have to worry about all this heavy video traffic from your website. You can just use their copy and paste code, and you can basically embed the YouTube video anywhere you like, and it's linkable. You can refer people to it. You can give people links to include on their Facebook pages, wherever. You can also develop an audience within YouTube. If you create a content channel for the people you're trying to attract, people that are in their career stages and they want to advance themselves in career. If you create content that will help them with that, you're going to create a long-term talent pool. You get subscribers, get referrals, build goodwill towards the type of talent you want to attract, and that's a way of just building audience over the long haul. Social networks I mentioned again, LinkedIn, Facebook, MySpace groups, all these social networks you can share content through. Some allow you to upload video directly, like I said, with Facebook. MySpace does as well. LinkedIn does not right now, but you can share links. So you can share links through social networks to videos. Facebook, MySpace, a lot of your current employees probably are already on these social networks, so use them. People generally hang around people in their same industry, so they're likely to know potential job candidates. So ask them to spread the word through their social networks. Give them a link to the video. Ask them to spread the word through their status updates. That's where the focus of attention is on the social networks. When you log into Facebook, the first thing you see is a status update of what all your friends are doing on Facebook, and that's where people are focusing their attention. So if you can get your job openings in that attention stream, in that status update stream, then you're more likely to get people's attention. So see if your employees want to help spread the word, and they probably will. I mean, it's a tough economy right now. There's a lot of people who need work, and people want to help people out, especially their friends and people they know. So they're likely to want to help out. Flickr is another place you can use. Flickr actually is a social network. It's a photo sharing site, but you can upload videos of 90 seconds or less. So you can use that as a video sharing site, particularly if you want some visually oriented type of person. So if you're looking for a photographer, illustrator, they probably, that audience is likely, a significant share of that audience is likely at Flickr. So, think about these channels strategically as well. With YouTube, again, YouTube has social aspects to it. It's not strictly a social network, but you can have friends, you can have subscribers, and I spoke about the video responses before. But these are places that you can tap into networks of other people's networks. So you get it to one employee, and they have 150 friends. Your potential reach is potentially 151 people rather than just that single employee. There's a lot of niche video sites that you can look at. So try and find the industry sites that you might be looking for, or the types of job types or people that you might be looking for. So, for example, there's a site called Fora TV, Fora.tv, and this is for big thinkers. This is a site that videos of policy type of videos, panel discussions, and a whole host of issues. But if you're looking, for somebody in public affairs, maybe that might be a site that you want to take advantage of. You can upload video there. It shouldn't be just a job opening. I mean, you think about building a channel through that. Should be valuable content. But through that, by establishing those channels, you can also deliver your job openings and your talent needs. There's demographic type of social networks. There's one called TBD. To be determined is what it stands for. TBD.com. That's for boomers. One of the fastest growing social networks is called Ning, NING.com, and this is basically a create your own social network. And you can find often find very niche audiences within Ning because these are people self-selecting themselves, aggregating themselves around a topic. So I know of a Ning social network for data analysts, for example. That's super targeted and a great place to try and get your videos before those audiences. Think about blogs too. If you have your own blog, post your videos on your blog and ask people to share the video. Tell them how to get the code to embed the video into their own blogs. Give them a link to the video on YouTube. Try and help spread that virally. Offer your employees, a lot of employees may be bloggers, so ask your employees who blog to post it. Like I said before, employees know people in the same industry, and everybody wants to help out people who are in need, so they're likely to be receptive to that as well. Look for targeted bloggers. Look for specific industry bloggers. I've seen a significant amount of blog posts on within industry blogs. In fact, just before I got on here, I got a Twitter update from Joseph Jaffe, who is a social media guru, telling the post read, "Layoffs, how can I help?" And he had a link to a blog post of his own that offered to help people who are laid off within the industry by giving them a guest post on his blog. It's a highly trafficked blog, very popular blog. Letting people tell his audience about themselves from his podcast. So you are seeing sort of job openings be posted in blogs too. If you got a video and you've got some specific industry bloggers, you might want to see if they're willing to post that video. And it can be, it's often they're willing to do it because it's a perk to their readers, because it helps their readers. It's valuable content for their readers. So in email, you likely have an email newsletter. A lot of companies do. So send your video updates or video job descriptions or appeals out through your email newsletter. And what you'd want to do in that case is you can't embed video directly into a newsletter, but you can embed a graphic. So get a screen capture of the video with a big play button in the middle so it's obvious that it's video, and embed that graphic in your email and then link it to YouTube or link it to wherever the video is. That's a way to get your talent needs out to likely audiences. Industry email newsletters as well, there's tons of these. A lot of them have job listings within them. Most that I've seen are text links, but it might be worth it to ask if you can buy, I'm missing a U there, that's supposed to be buy, B-U-Y placement, buy ads in those newsletters and place a graphic button like I described before within those email newsletters. It's going to be much more visible, probably get a higher click-through rate. Or if failing that, maybe if you can place a video icon next to a text link so that indicates that there's something to watch there. Just again, this is the way people are consuming content online. More and more they're looking to video to consume it because it's easy and it works now. Think about if you've got a hot prospect that you really, really want to land and you've had some conversations with them and you want to appeal to them, think about doing a unique a video shot just for that person, appealing just to that person, and tailoring that message for that specific person and delivering that to them as a way to, it'll make them feel special, clearly. It'll make them feel wanted, but that might be the closing argument. That might be to close the way to close the sale using video. Okay, search engine optimization again. You should be thinking about search engine optimization for major search engines, and again, YouTube videos get folded into the Google search results. So the things you want to look for on YouTube is when you upload your videos to YouTube or other video sharing sites, is you want to look for you want to use keywords in the titles of the YouTube video, in the descriptions of the YouTube video, and in the tags of the YouTube video. Now, if you search for Google Insights for search for that on Google, you'll get a link to a tool that they have that is a keyword discovery tool. It's a way you can research what types of search phrases people are using for a given topic. So you can find out, what people are actually searching for to find your types of jobs, and use those keywords in your videos to help them show up not only in the Google search results themselves, but also within YouTube. And think about search engine advertising as well. Google sells AdWords. It's a proven medium. They've been making a lot of money on it for a long time. So think about buying Google AdWords. The way those work is you pay per click. You bid on search terms, and you create a little text ad. But why not link to a video from that text ad? You're finding, again, self-selected people who are showing through what they search, showing you what they're interested in. So you'll know, if they're doing job type searches, you know that they're in the hunt for a job. You know they're looking. Video will have far more of an impact than text, just because of the way people are consuming, and because it's more of an emotional medium. And when you do these, think of creating unique landing pages for those specific ads. So for each ad, create a unique landing page with that video, and maybe a call to action with an apply button. And the only thing that you do on that page is apply. Just think of those. You want to direct people into the application funnel, basically. YouTube is selling ads now, so you can buy a sponsored video on YouTube, and you can actually place your video within the search results for video. So that's another option. YouTube is also offering the text ads like the Google AdWords, so think about those as well. And think about the way people are increasingly consuming content, video included, is portable. Video podcasts are an option you should look at. Go to iTunes and look for industry podcasts, and see if there's a way that you can get your talent needs message through those existing podcast channels, or if you've got your own podcast, that's a great way of delivering video content, or think about creating your own. So these video podcasts, people will consume them on their computers or on their iPods or portable devices. Mobile video is growing. Again, iPhone is off the charts as far as popularity is concerned. People also obviously consume video on their iPods, and as I said, the PlayStation portable video console to a lesser degree, but that's a particular type of audience too. So think about the device that's being used and what the demographics of the people who are using those devices are, and you might be able to target your message easier. And then Google has just released their G1 phone through T-Mobile, which is the iPhone competitor, and this will accelerate the adoption of smartphones, I think, with video watching capability. These are all broadband phones, so the video works very well on them. Again, portable video through YouTube, the video is embeddable, so you can send it anywhere you want. You can offer it to bloggers to embed into their blogs. You can post it on social networks. Look for opportunities to get your videos on specific job sites, and again, through email, you can deliver your content. So let's talk, to close this, about a specific example. Deloitte & Touche had a film fest, and this is not really a viral campaign so much as it is a contest. And so they had a contest among their employees to create videos about why it's great to work at Deloitte & Touche. They had 2,000 employees participate. More than 370 videos were submitted, and they had 30,000 plus views as of September 2007. That's the latest I could get numbers on it, I'm afraid. 75% of the employees shared their video, and this is a dynamic that happens a lot. People who create their own content want to share it. They want to tell other people about it, so they do the marketing for you. So if you can think of a way to do a contest, that's a great way to help things spread. The reason this thing worked is they were tapping into their own employees who were passionate about where they worked, and those employees talked peer-to-peer. They spoke to the audience that was most likely be persuaded by them because they're talking peer-to-peer. And it picked up the traditional publicity. Because it's such a unique campaign, the media picked it up, and they got a lot of traditional press out of that. And you can visit the YouTube Deloitte & Touche video channel at the URL youtube.com/DeloitteFilmFest. And that is my presentation, so I'm perfectly happy to take questions.
Great. Well, thank you so much, David. And we have had a number of questions come in through the question and answer interface. So HCI members, if you'd like to have your question answered live on the air, go ahead and get it submitted into the interface, and we'll get to as many as we can today. By the way, we have had multiple requests for some of the links that you referenced today. David, if you don't mind shooting me an email with those, I'll be sure to put it out on the HCI blog at thetalentaconomy.com. For those of you that are interested, if you click on talent acquisition, I'll be sure to get those up to you later today. So as I mentioned, David, a bunch of questions. First question off the bat for you. Can you share with us a couple of examples, if you can think of some of, or perhaps just one example of the best use that you've seen of an organization using video to recruit?
Well, it's not particularly for jobs, but the Obama campaign is something that everybody should study just for using video online or doing online marketing in general. They were very clever about the way they used video. Their videos are first person. They adopt the tone of the internet. They speak directly to the viewer. When they refer to Barack Obama, they don't call him Obama. They don't call him President-elect now. They call him Obama. It's the first person. And they used these online tools to recruit volunteers. And so they use video a lot to recruit volunteers, and particularly during the sign-up processes on their websites. Now, this is where it might help to get people to fill out online forms.
Right.
They for their donation forms, they coupled a video of Barack Obama closing the sale, basically making the argument for why you should donate. So you can use that technique to basically, I mean, it's hard to get people to complete online forms, so you can use that technique to encourage people to fill out your online forms. But I'd say that would be a great place to start because they were just brilliant about it.
Yeah, so many terrific things about that marketing campaign. As an iPhone user, I really loved the Obama 08 iPhone app.
Right.
That might be something that your organization, maybe if you have deep pockets for developing things like iPhone apps, that'd be something you could look at as well. So what are some of your favorite sites for delivering video other than YouTube? I know, for instance, Vimeo, I think is how you say it, Vimeo, is a site that I've viewed quite a few organizations' videos. One of my favorite viral ones, by the way, are they're usually online challenges for organizations that do these lip syncs. Basically, you get everybody in your office, you agree on a song, and you video yourselves lip syncing along to the song. It's hilarious stuff, but when you see everybody in the audience work, or everybody at the company doing it, it's pretty fun to watch. Are there some other sites that you recommend that we check out as delivery mechanisms, if you will, for these videos other than our own sites?
Yeah, there are. I mean, there's a whole host of other sites that are video delivery sites. What I do is if you're looking for local talent, look and see if there's a local YouTube, basically. We just had one in Minnesota here called mnstories.com that is basically a YouTube for Minnesotans. So if you've got that and you're looking for local talent, that's a great place to start. Google Video is another place that you should just, by standard operating procedure, upload your video to Google Video, because those two get blended into Google's own search results as well.
And the plus side to Google Video is YouTube is probably, people are familiar, your video has to be less than 10 minutes, I think, to go on YouTube.
That's right.
And Google Video, you can be longer than 10 minutes, just if you happen to have a longer video.
Very good point. And you can download the video. You can allow people to actually download the video onto their devices from Google Video as well. There are so many smaller sites like Vimeo that I can't count. Really try and find. I mean, what I'd say is try and find out what the demographics of the sites are, and one way to do that is use Google has another beautiful tool that it's called Google Ad Planner, and you can basically paste in a URL from a website, and it'll give you if it has enough traffic, it will give you the traffic statistics for that website as well as the demographics. So I'll send that.
So it's kind of like the old Alexa for traffic information.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Great.
I'll send you that link as well, Amy. But I think more so than just a general video search engine or video sharing site, it really is more important to think about the demographics and try and target your videos as closely as possible. So that's where I think social media comes in. I mean, social networks come in real handy, and where you can tap your existing employee base.
Yeah. So a lot of people are probably thinking right now, oh, great idea, David. I'm going to run right out. I've got $1 million that I can devote towards recruiting video. Ha, ha, ha. Can you kind of help level set for us when you were doing research and from your experience, was it real obvious that these companies that had been producing, for instance, video job descriptions had spent a whole heck of a lot of money, or did it look more sort of natural than that, or organic, I guess?
Yeah, well, you don't need to spend. I mean, there are companies who do that, and they look like they're professionally produced, and they look slick and everything. But remember, the internet is a very informal medium, so people are used to citizen-generated content. They're used to not slick. So you don't have to be, have a production, $1 million production budget. The cost of video production is plummeting. I mean, you can get high definition cameras for $1,000 or less,
right,
and set up a green screen if you want some fancy effects, and do your editing on an affordable software, or just have a backdrop that is a normal office backdrop. And I think more important is the content, what you're saying and how you're saying it, than really the production values, because I mean, this is employment stuff. People aren't expecting Hollywood explosions and stuff,
Right, and I would think that there might be some potential viewers of your content that having it really slick, it would cause the opposite effect. You might turn people off by it. Because it might be perceived to be advertorial, for instance, or too conservative or too formal, perhaps. That's
a very good point. And again, that's your audience. If your audience is not likely to. I mean, if you're looking for Hollywood producers, then maybe you do want to invest a significant budget in doing a high production value video. But if you're looking for millennials who are used to casual webcam stuff, then I don't think the production values will probably matter that much. In fact, they might turn them off.
Terrific. And the other thing that I was thinking about too, when it comes to the production values, again, is you mentioned it. Sorry, about the audience that you're looking to attract. So talk to us a little bit. I think that one of the things that's most interesting about this idea of Web 2.0 and involving it in recruitment strategy, of course, it's based on developing great content, encouraging a dialogue, and being transparent. How do we drive traffic to our videos? I mean, is it a matter of throwing it out to a bunch of places and hoping to get it seen, at 20 different sites, or should we be more strategic if we do have the ability to build it into a campaign, be more selective in a campaign?
Yeah, well, I think, the main thing is the word driving traffic. I don't think that's more and more that's going to be irrelevant, because people tend to go where they want to be. So if people like Facebook, that's where they're going to hang out. And I think you need to think of a multi-channel approach or a very strategic approach and meet people where they're at. Don't expect people to use the tools you want them to use. Go to the tools that they're using and establish yourself in that space. So getting a presence on Facebook and getting your video to people through Facebook rather than trying to drive them to your website to watch your video. Now, during the different stages of job search, people will go to your website without you driving them to it if they're interested in your company. So having the video in place for that phase of the job search and having the message tailored to that phase will be helpful. So I think you need to be really strategic about it. Try and find the demographic you're looking for and find out where they're hanging out online and go to them rather than expecting them to go somewhere else.
So a final question for you, and then I think that we'll probably have to wrap things up, and I'll make good on the promise that I made earlier, HCI members, and show you where you can find some of the information that I'm going to share with you later. Please keep in mind, though, that I'm talking to you right now, so I haven't been able to post it yet. I promise I'll have it up later this afternoon. But the final question for you, David, and I know you talk to people about measuring the success of strategies that they put in place like this. How have you seen organizations measuring the output, if you will, of the investment that they make into their video strategies?
Right. Well, there's a lot of, the great thing about the online stuff is there's a lot of ways to measure it. Through YouTube, you have several measurement metrics. You've got views, you've got comments, you've got links. But also there's some advanced statistics that are available through YouTube as well. Through Google AdWords, if you're buying advertising through Google search engines, you can measure directly the conversion rate if you're having people apply online by doing what I said, by buying those AdWords, sending people to a specific landing page. You'll get the traffic from your website statistics traffic package to that particular page, and then if you're trying to send them to a form, have a specific form for that campaign, so you get the conversions from that particular ad campaign, or have them call a number or whatever it is. But you can measure along the way in a lot of these areas and determine how effective you're being, and then adjust on the fly. If something is not working, you have the ability to be flexible enough to try something else.
Yeah, great idea. And the final funny that I'll share with you, and looking for some pictures actually to put on my blog entry for today's webcast, came across a great T-shirt that said, "Viral marketing doesn't work, tell everyone you know."
That's fantastic.
It'd be a terrific way to talk about your viral recruiting campaign as well. Well, David Erickson, thank you so much for a really terrific and very exciting and interesting, I have to say, conversation today about using strategic video, we should rename it, in recruiting.
It's been my pleasure, Amy. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, HCI members, I mentioned a couple of different ways that you can use some of the resources that we're going to make available to you. So I'm going to show you how you can get to them. I'm going to be sharing my Internet Explorer with you, my browser. So you're going to see a little bit of a transition screen while I do that. Well, I bring you out to the live web, and let's see if I can actually get the right thing shared with you. Here we go. If you would like, first of all, to if you're a professional member, you can download the slides for today's webcast. You can also encourage anybody that you think would be interested in the recording of today's webcast to view the recast. You can do that out at www.humancapitalinstitute.org. You see I've brought you directly to the Internet Recruiting 2.0 Learning Track page. But if you'd like to navigate here on your own, you can go to Communities in the top navigation, Talent Acquisition, which is, of course, our community, and then Internet Recruiting 2. Here, again, you'll find the slides for today's webcast. If you are a professional member, you'll also find the recast. So if you'd like to watch this webcast again, or perhaps you'd like to share it with a colleague or somebody you know would be interested, you can point that out to them right there. They can register for them. I'm going to bring you to another place online now, so you're going to see a little bit of a transition screen again. I'm bringing you directly to the Talent Acquisition blog. You can get here by going to blogs.humancapitalinstitute.org/acquisition. You can also get there by going to talenteconomy.com and then clicking on Talent Acquisition. And later this afternoon, this is my blog here, so later this afternoon I'll be sure to put up my blog entry for today's webcast, as well as some links that we think that you'll find beneficial. The final place that I'll encourage you to check out when you have a chance to do so is one of the sites that you actually heard David mention today, and we use Ning here at the Human Capital Institute. I bet you didn't know that. For our own social network, you can reach us at www.humancapitalist.org, where you can find our blogs, access to community leaders like myself, network with each other, or start your own group. Again, that's www.humancapitalist.org. If you have the ability to stick around with us, we've got another great program for you coming up in just a few minutes. You can join community leader Joy Costa from the talent development community. She's going to be bringing to you a program on leading with values to increase organizational performance. So a good segue from what we've been talking about today. If you're interested in staying tuned for that, you can just stay seated right where you are, and we'll get started in a couple of minutes. Otherwise, thanks so much for hanging out with us for this hour of HCTV. I hope you found it exciting and informative. As always, you can give me feedback directly by sending me an email at amy.lewis@hci.org, or of course you can comment with some feedback out on the blog if you prefer. Otherwise, thanks again. We'll look forward to seeing you on another hour of HCTV soon. Have a terrific day.